Good morning. Today we will revise all of chapter 11. Now write each decimal as a fraction or mixed number in a simplest form. The first step that we used to do is we write the 6/10 as a fraction. So it's 6 over 10. Now we're gonna think, is it simplest form or not? Of course no. So what's the common factor between 6 and 10? I think it's 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. Is it simplest form? Yes. Now let's do the second one. The second one is 3 and 25 hundredths. So let's write it as fraction. No, it's as a mixed number. 3 and 25 over 100. Now, is there any common factor between 25 and 100? Yes. Now we already memorize it, which is 25 divided by 25 and 100 divided also by 25. So we write the 3 again as a mixed number. 25 divided by 25 is 1. 100 divided by 25 is 4. So the last answer is 3 and 1 over 4. Let's do the third one. 9 and 5 tenths. We write it as 9 and 5 over 10. Is there any common factor between 5 and 10? Yes, which is 1, which is 5. So the answer is 9 and 1 out of 2. Now, what if we want to write each number as a decimal? We said many times that to write a fraction as a decimal, it should have a denominator, which is 10 or 100. So the first one, do we have a denominator of 10? Yes, we have already. So we write it like as it is, 5 and 3 tenths. But in the second one, it's 20. It's not 10, it's not 100. What should I do? Excellent. I should multiply to get a 10 or 100. Can I multiply 20 to get a 10? No. I can multiply it to get 100 times 5 times 5. So what is the answer? It will be, we're going to write again the 9. Then 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 5 is 100. So the answer will be 9 and 20 hundredths. How do I write it as a decimal? We write it 9 and 20 hundredths. The third one, it's 5. Can I change it to make 10 or 100? Yes, of course. Times 2. Times 2. If I multiply by 2, it will be 8 over 10. How do I write 8 over 10 as a decimal? It's 8 tenths. Excellent. Now, decimal place value, write the standard form and the word form. The standard form we count. How many whole do we have? 2. So we have 2 as a whole and 9 out of what? Out of 100. So when I want to write it, I should check that I have 2. I should have 2 digits beside the decimal point. So I'm gonna write 2 as a whole. Then decimal point. Beside the decimal point, I should have 2 digits. So 9, I should write it over here. Do I leave this empty? No, I'm gonna put 0. So it's 2 and 9 hundredths. This is the standard form. We use numbers. How do we write it as word form? Of course, we start with whole 2. Instead of this dot is and 9 hundredths. Expanded form, we write the values added together. 2 plus 9 hundredths. Now, if we want to write the standard form here, 24 and 83 hundredths, we said that we divide the number into 2 sections. One to the left of the decimal point, which is 24. Instead of and, we put the decimal point. 83 hundredths, it means that we have two digits to the right of the decimal point, which is 83. Here the same, we start with the whole number, which is 52, decimal point, we have here 7 and we have here 6. So it's 76 hundredths. Did you remember now? Excellent. Now, when we want to compare and order decimals, let's remember the steps. Line up the numbers according to the decimal point. So I'm gonna line them up. I'm gonna put this below this decimal point, below the decimal point. Then start comparing 0 with 0, the same. 3 is 3, the same. 3 and 2, so which one is greater? Yes, 33 hundredths is greater than 32 hundredths. Here, if we want to line them up, what we will have? I'm gonna write 1, 4, 0. Here I have 0 and here I have nothing. Do you remember when we say, can we put zeros to the right? Yes, of course we can. So they are equivalent. They are equal. Now here, let's line them up also. 367, and here it's clear the whole number is bigger, so 5 is bigger than 3. 5 and 76 is greater. Now order the following from least to greatest. We should order them by first line them up. So let's line them up. How? 2.2 22 hundredths, 2.2, 2.45 hundredths, 2.12 hundredths, 2.21 hundredths. Let's look at the whole. They are all the same. Now we're gonna find that this one is the least. So 2 and 12 hundredths is the least. Then we have here 2, 2, 2. Let's compare the hundredths. We have 2, nothing, 1. So then it comes this. Then 2 and 21 hundredths. Then 2 and 22 hundredths. Then the biggest, which is 2 and 45 hundredths. Let's check the answer. Excellent. Now this is according to comparing and ordering. What about rounding? Do you remember the song? Find your number, look right next door, 4 or less. Just ignore 5 or more, add 1 more. So here we have nearest whole number. Find your number, look right next door, 5 or more, add 1 more. So it will become what? It will become 96. Excellent. Now nearest tenth. What is the nearest tenth? Find your number. Look right next door. 5 or more. Add 1 more. But here when we add 1 more, the 9 will become 10. Can we write 10 in the tens? No. So this one will go where? Will go to the whole. So also the nearest tens will be 96 because we can't write 95.10. No, it will be 96. Find your number, which is 2. Look right next door, 4 or less. Just ignore. So it will stay what? 42. Let's do it to the nearest tenth. Find your number, look right next door, 5 or more, add 1 more. So 42.40. Did you see how easy? Okay, now Adding and subtracting decimals. We said to add and subtract, we line up the numbers. If we need to write zeros, just write them. We start from the right. Can we start from the left? No. So we're gonna write over here 9. 8 plus 5 is 13. We don't put it here, we put it up. Bring down the decimal point. 1 plus 3, 4, plus 9, 13. We put another one here. 1 and 1 is 2. Let's check here. We have to put 0 over here. 0 minus 6 we can't, so we're gonna borrow. This becomes 2 and this becomes 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. Then 2 minus 5 we can't do it. We're gonna borrow again. 2 becomes 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. Then bring down the decimal point. 4 minus 9 we can't do it. We borrow again. 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 9 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. So here are the answers. Did you see how easy? Okay, now metric units. We said that the smallest metric units in length is millimeter. Can you see how it's very small? Then every 10 millimeters, look at your ruler, you're gonna see the smallest one is millimeter. Now every 10 millimeter equals centimeter, and every 10 centimeters equals decimeter. So can you see the difference? Now every 1 meter is about the chair, but 1 meter equals 100 centimeter. And imagine that every 1,000 meter equals 1 kilometer. So 1 kilometer is the biggest in length. Now, circle the proper unit of each of the following. Length of a calendar, what do you think? Excellent, centimeter. Length of a track, excellent, meter. Distance traveled by a plane, kilometer, excellent. Width of a shirt, centimeter, its width. Height of a man, of course, meter. Length of a pair of scissors, centimeter. Distance traveled by a car, yes, I can hear you, kilometer. Length of a soccer field, meter. Height of a tree, also meter. Did you see how smart are you now? Convert the units shown. Now, who remembers them? We said every meter equals, yes, 100. So we're gonna multiply the first one by 100. Get 31,003,100 centimeter. Now, from centimeter to millimeter times 10. So we will get 220,220. From kilometer to meter times 1,000. So we will get 18,000. From decimeter to centimeter, excellent, times 10. So it will be 850 centimeter. From meter to decimeter, it's times 10. So 530 decimeter. From meter to centimeters times 100. So we will get 4,900. Smart. Okay, so you already memorized them. Amazing. In capacity, look, imagine that this cola is 1 liter and this drop is 1 milliliter. So did you see how big is the cola is 1 liter than 1 milliliter? It's about 1,000 milliliter. Imagine that. So if we want to convert liters to milliliters, we're gonna change and we're gonna multiply by what? By 1,000. Excellent. So here the first one, 15 times 1,000, which is 15,000. 54 times 1,000, which is 54,000. 3 times 1,000, which is 3,000. 2 times 1,000, which is 2,000 milliliter. Now, does it hold more or less than 1 liter? Let's see. A coffee cup. Do you think that it's 1 liter? No, of course, it's less than. A spoon. Amazing, it's less than. A bathtub. Yes, it's more than, of course, it's big. Tube of sunscreen. Yes, it's also less than because it's small. A mug that you drink with the milk, it's less than. Yogurt cup, who love it? Yum, yummy, it's less than. Juice box that we use, which is less than. Dump truck, of course, more than. And milk carton, of course, it's a carton, so it's more than. Yes. Now, mass and metric units. Now, look at the picture here. Imagine that this is 1 gram and this is 1 kilogram. So 1 kilogram equals 1,000 gram. So when we want to change, we're gonna multiply by 1,000. 32 times 1,000, 32,000. 90 times 1,000, 90,000. Now choose the best estimate for each object or animal shown. Do you think that 1 carrot is about 18 gram, 4 kilogram, or 8 kilogram? Of course it will be in grams because we eat it and it's 1, so it's 18 gram. Now, this baseball, what do you think? No, it's handball. No. Yeah, it's handball. What is it? It's heavy. It's 500 gram. The camel. Do you think that it's 6,000 gram? No, it's not heavy. It's not light. 60,000 kilogram. No, it's not too much heavy. It's 600 kilogram. What about the feather? Do you think that it's 1 gram, 50 gram, or 1 kilogram? Excellent, it's 1 gram. It's a feather. Very light. Cat, who has a cat? Yes, a cat, it's not light as 570 gram, and it's not heavy as 37 kilogram. It's medium, it's 7 kilogram. You can hold it. What about the newspaper? Is it 100 gram? No. Is it 1 kilogram or is it 100 kilogram? Of course, it's about 1 kilogram. Now, you are smart and we revised chapter 11. I need you to go, please, to the booklet, practice booklet, and solve it. And please submit it. Check your answer from the answer key. Have a nice day. Love you all.